Hello, my name is Dante Renee, and welcome to the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. Tonight's movie is 2013's Pereira vs. the Alligator Ladies. This is put out by Cameo. I believe it's a Spanish distribution company, region-free Blu-ray. And this is a movie, Un film de Jess Franco. This is Jess Franco's last completed released film. This is 2013. It was released, I believe it was filmed in 2012, and he died in April of 2013. This is Al Pereira versus the Alligator Ladies. Once again, this Blu-ray, you can get this from one seller on eBay. You can also get it on Amazon, and it's a pricey Blu-ray, and it's region-free, and there's tons of extras. Some of the extras have English subtitles, and some of them, or probably most of them, do not. But it's still, the extras are still interesting to watch regardless, because you're seeing Jess Franco in directorial action here. This is the film right here. On the front, it's just a bunch of reviews of the movie, quotes from reviewers and critics, and it looks like it went to film festivals, and here it is, Jess Franco's last film, folks. Wow. This movie right here is one that was filmed in Spain. It looks like he died in Spain, and he wound up back in Spain in the 80s, and in this particular film he is filming in Spain, and he's filming we look at the locations of this, and the locations are really something unique. It's inside of this rather luxurious building. It almost looks like he utilized it in some of his other one-shot productions in the millennium, but it almost has, it's very bright. It's being lit by actual stage lighting or movie lighting, and you can see the lighting actually, but it also has just tons of sunlight being thrown in, and there seems to be like a stage or a banquet hall, and there are these kind of old elegant rooms, and there's just so much elegance and a kind of luxury and wooden furniture and old pictures and kind of old chairs. It's a really interesting environment. And there's a bit outdoors, but it's mostly all inside of this structure, filled with light, filled with sunlight, and filled with movie light. It's very bright. It has a very sunny, indoor sunny vibe to it. Now, there are also some really unbelievable outdoor shots around this architecture, I believe. Beautiful shots of the beach, beautiful shots of palm trees. You even see some animals and rabbits and birds, and even like a castle with some kind of beautiful flowers in front of it. Really, Franco's nature porn is on display here, folks. Really, so much. And you really just from the outside and then mostly on the inside, and you're kind of taking those breaks outside. You're taking those breaks like he always did, with shots of a sailboat. And when I saw that and I knew this was his last film after so many years of filming, I said, my gosh, 2012, 2013, and we're seeing a brand new sailboat on the waters there and on the beach. Franco was always capturing marine life, or always capturing people going about their ways, and the beauty of that on the beach and in the tropics and in Spain. In terms of the music, my gosh, this is a musical film. Really, for about, I would say, almost 70 to 80% of the film, we have, like, the first 70 or 80% of the film, we just have amazing musical sequences. Some of them are pulled, I believe, from his solo album. I heard there were some pieces of this one mysterious piece. I believe it's the song about Quentin Tarantino called Quentin, or To Quentin, I believe. And it's filled with unbelievable music. Oh my gosh, there's a sitar, and there's a church organ, and there's acoustic guitar. There are so many feelings, so many moods, so many vibes to the music here. Turn your volume up, and this Blu-ray looks unbelievable and it sounds unbelievable, because the movie, I believe, was filmed in high definition. The music is just unbelievable. There's a mystery to it. There's almost a nostalgia or a contemplative tone, and there's a sensual tone. There's jazz in it. It's very complicated music for the first 75% of this film, and then in the last portion of this film, we almost have this fun kind of big band vibe. This fun almost reminded me of like a silent movie, or just crazy antics, crazy things going on, almost fun theatrical vaudeville vibe to the music that kind of gallivants around in this, on your tippy toes type of vibe. Something kind of rather unique for Jess Franco. So this is a very, very musical film. I believe the composer was Pablo Villa, I believe it said. But there's a mix of music in this film that is just unbelievable. And really for a good portion of the beginning of this film, it's mostly all music. The dialogue really happens in the latter portion of the film. The second half of the film is when it becomes more dialogue heavy. This particular film is really something wild, bizarre, avant-garde, experimental, and completely anarchist. It reminded me so much of his 80s film, The Sex is Crazy, actually, in some ways. But there were some very deep things going on here, almost theological and philosophical, and I was seeing themes of morality, themes of death. Wow, themes of death. Themes of religion, morality, death. Of course, sex, and what we basically have here too is we have a film about kind of a hotel of sorts, and Pereira, who's played by the infamous Robert Forster, yes, from all the Franco films. You can see him right there. He's aged a lot, but man, that was amazing. He's been in so many Franco films, and for him to be in here, he is interacting with these alligator ladies, and these ladies, there's a group of them, and they are almost trying to seduce him or taunt him or put on a show for him, and he's kind of a man of morals and kind of a detective or something of some sort with a gun, and the movie goes in on itself as you see Jess Franco directing, just like The Sex is Crazy, going over lines over and over again, going over scenes over and over again, and there's dancing, and there's costumes, and there's complete nudity, and there's masturbation, and there's lesbian seduction. There's no explicit sex in this film. It's all kind of, implied, but it's a very sexual film, especially the first about 40 minutes of the movie is very, very erotic, very sexual. The camera remains stagnant on scenes, and there's dancing and movement of the alligator ladies' bodies, and then there's dancing in circles, and there's just focusing on their faces, focusing on their butts, focusing on their vaginas, focusing on their bodies, and the bright movie lights that we can see. It is such... The movie turns in on itself, and you're watching a movie within a movie within a movie within a movie, and then it becomes dialogue heavy in the second half of the film as things just turn into chaos, where the alligator ladies are now clothed and their hair is different, and they're attending a hotel, and Pereira is almost taking the forms of different characters, while the alligator ladies are taking the forms of many different characters, and there's death. characters die, and in the next scene they're there again, and the edits are mysterious as a door shuts, and then somebody just appears there, and there are scary music cues. I don't want to say scary, they're almost disturbing and jarring. Amidst the amazing collage and kaleidoscope of music in this film, you get a couple of these, that wasn't even what it sounded like, but a couple of these like stings of like disturbing darkness amidst all of the light. And then there's like comedy, and there's confusion and chaos and dancing as you see Jess Franco directing, and there's tons of mirrors, and you even see Jess Franco using a mirror to see the actors as he's directing, or so it seems. This is this is a film of anarchist chaos and beauty. You see the Last Supper painting and an Asian woman with fog and purple lighting and smoke, and filling up the screen as she plays religion. This is a really, really wild film, and what an awesome way for him to go out. If you know his one-shot productions, there's definitely a higher level of it almost mixes the old Franco in many regards, or at least the 80s Franco in many regards. And there's nostalgia and such a range of emotions in this film. And the dialogue is nuts. If the sex was crazy in the 80s, the dialogue is crazy in this film. Oh, wow, there are so many poignant and witty things being said, and deep things being said, and things getting turned on each other. And look at the sunlight cascading through shots or flooding out windows. It'll remind you of some of those 70s Franco films and 80s Franco films. Lena Romay is not in this film. I believe she was probably sick at the time, or already dying or dead at the time. I know she died before him. She was not in this film, and it looks like there was a portion of this film filmed in Franco's own home or apartment as well. This is Pereira versus the Alligator Ladies. It looks like at least at the end of the film, there was going to be a sequel to this, Revenge of the Alligator Ladies, and that never happened, folks. This is the film, 2013, put up by Cameo. You can get this on eBay or Amazon, but you're going to be paying about $35 for it. It looks and sounds unbelievable. This is a very experimental film with no linear plot whatsoever. You know that. This is chaos incarnate. Art, beauty, music video, a dream within a dream, hallucinatory. Pereira versus the Alligator Ladies. Thank you, Jess Franco. Thank you for watching the 10 Room Bizarro YouTube page. Check out all of my other Jess Franco reviews, and this is his last film right here, folks. And check out my own personal films at youtube.com/poopy diarrhea. Thank you, and good night.